Hello, myself Santosh Raikar, Assistant Professor of Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Angadi Institute of Technology and Management, Belagavi. In last video, I was addressed regarding the fundamental of electrical concepts. So in this video, I move on with first module of the basic electrical engineering syllabus, so that is DC circuits. So actually this is a first part of a first module, since I have written here that is 1.1 DC circuits. It includes these all contents, so that is Ohm's law and Kirchhoff's laws, analysis of series parallel and series parallel circuits excited by independent voltage sources, power and energy. In this video, we will only discuss Ohm's law and Kirchhoff's law. Ohm's law. Ohm is the scientist name who postulated the law, so since it is termed as a Ohm's law. It gives the relationship between voltage, current and resistance. So let us consider a circuit. So a conductor, a battery which is connected with a conductor. A battery has some potential difference of V volt. Due to this potential difference, so there may be what current which is flowing through the circuit. According to the Ohm's law, whatever the current which is flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across the conductor, provided the temperature is maintained constant. This is a statement of a Ohm's law. According to the Ohm's law, the current which is flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across the conductor, provided temperature is maintained constant. Mathematically, it is expressed as the current which is flowing through the conductor is proportional to what? The voltage V. Now you just remove the proportionality, then it is considered as a constant, that is V by I is equals to constant. If there are n number of voltages and currents, that means n number of conductors, for that case we can represent V1 divided by I1 is equals to V2 divided by I2 is equals to so on up to Vn divided by n is equals to constant. So in other words, the Ohm's law can also defined as the ratio of potential difference across the end point of a conductor to the current flowing between them is always constant. But the physical condition of the conductor, that is temperature, is maintained constant. So this is one more definition of what the Ohm's law, that is the ratio of potential difference across the end point of the conductor to the current flowing between them is always what? Constant. So provided temperature is maintained constant, and this constant, this ratio, that is potential difference to the current ratio, so that is represented as a constant as a what? Resistance. It is named as a what? Resistance. So since we can represent V divided by I is equals to what? Resistance. So resistance is a what? It is opposition offered to the flow of current. This is a constant value for each and every conductor. Each and every conductor has a some constant value, some constant opposition to the flow of current, that is termed as a what? The resistance. So since it is represented as V divided by I is equals to R, it can written as I is equals to V divided by R. So even Ohm's law can also defined by the by this triangle. So the triangle can be divided into three parts. So every part you just name the variables So just voltage you can named here, current it is named here, and resistance it is named here. If you suppose to represent voltage with respect to current and resistance, then you can write V is equals to the product of these two, that is I into R. If you represent current with respect to voltage and resistance, then you can take these two ratio, I is equals to V divided by R. If you represent resistance with respect to what voltage and current, so then you can take R is equals to these two ratio, that is V divided by I. In this way you can represent Ohm's law by this triangle. So in general you can represent Ohm's law, V is equals to I into R. These two product you can consider, that is equals to what? The potential difference applied across the conductor. So this Ohm's law, it has some limitations. So some case the Ohm's law will not holds good. So that we can consider the limitations of Ohm's law. Ohm's law is not applicable in unilateral network. Unilateral network means what? It allows the current only in a one direction itself. So in such type of network, it consists of what? Elements like diode, transistors, etc. In that case, the Ohm's law will not be applicable. And this Ohm's law it is also not applicable for non-linear network. In a non-linear network, the parameter of the network is varied with the voltage and current. So in that case also, the Ohm's law will not applicable. Now let us move to the Kirchhoff's laws. Kirchhoff's laws, there are two laws. So one is Kirchhoff's current law, another one is Kirchhoff's voltage law. So Kirchhoff's current law, let us consider the Kirchhoff's current law. So according to the Kirchhoff's current law, the total current entering a junction or a node is equal to the charge leaving the node, as no charge is lost. So let us consider a node which consists of number of current either may entering or leaving the node. So those current which are entering the node, so those values are considered as a positive. Likewise, those currents which are leaving the node, so those values are considered as what? The negative values. So in this case, the current I1, I2, I3 are entering the node. So since these currents magnitude is to be considered as a what? Positive value. So here I4 and I5 currents are what? Leaving the node. Since the magnitude of I4 and I5 currents are taken as what? Negative value. So since the current entering the node is equals to current leaving the node, so this is the actual statement of the what? Kirchhoff's current law. That is, current entering the node, that is equals to current leaving the node. Or you can say that the algebraic sum of the current entering the node and current leaving the node, that is equals to 0. So this is the statement of Kirchhoff's current law. Now you can represent here. So I1, I2, I3 currents are what? These are entering the node. So since the magnitude of these are considered as what? Positive value. I4, I5 currents are what? Leaving the node. So since these currents are considered as what? Negative value. So these all summation, that is equals to 0. So this is the what? The statement of the Kirchhoff's current law. So that is, you can represent here I1 plus I2 plus I3 minus I4 minus I5 is equals to 0. Now here the term node refers to a junction or a connection of two or more current carrying roots like cables and other components. Kirchhoff's current law can only applicable for the what? Parallel circuit. It cannot applicable to the what? The series circuit. In case of series circuit, so the current will be same. So in case of parallel circuit, the current will be what it is divided. Kirchhoff's voltage law. Like Kirchhoff's current law, the Kirchhoff's voltage law is also defined same way. So here we can consider a loop. So there are n number of resistances are connected in this loop. So the voltage drop across those resistors, so that is termed as a VAB. Then voltage drop across this resistor, it is termed as a V suffix BC. Voltage drop across this resistor, it is termed as a V suffix CD. Here V suffix DA. Now according to this law, the sum of all these voltage drops across the loop is equals to what? 0. Here we can consider voltage drop across the AB plus voltage drop across BC plus voltage drop across CD plus voltage drop across DA, that is equals to 0. This is the what? The statement of the what? Kirchhoff's voltage law. That is, the algebraic sum of every voltage in the loop has to be equal to 0. And this property of Kirchhoff's law is also called as what? Conservation of energy. This is also called as what? Energy conservation. So the statement of the Kirchhoff's voltage law, it is nothing but the algebraic sum of every voltage in the loop has to equal to what? 0. Now, so here also you just you can consider the direction of the what? Current flow initially. According to the direction of the current flow, you just need to what? Trace the circuit. In that case, you just give the what? The sign values, sign conversion values. So that we'll see in next slide. And this voltage law, it can only applicable for the what? The series circuits. Now let us see the sign conversion used for the application of KVL. Now let us consider. So this is the diagram. So here you can observe that, so it consists of, this is a conductor, so of a resistance R. So here the potentials are shown here. This is a positive potential, this is a negative potential, and even the current direction is also shown here. So in this direction, why the current direction is shown here only? Because as we know that the current always flow from higher potential to the what? Lower potential. Positive is the what? Higher potential, negative is the what? It is the lower potential. Since the current direction is what? Shown like this. Now, so if the current direction is in this direction, I am just tracing the circuit in this direction. So like in this way, if you go from negative marked terminal to positive marked terminal, so this is the negative marked terminal to positive marked terminal. In that case, the voltage drop must be taken as what? It is a positive value. Then it is called as what? Potential rise. Since this value is taken as what? Plus IR. If the current direction is what? It is reversed. So in this direction, then if you go from here like this, that means if we go from positive marked terminal to negative marked terminal, again you just go from positive marked terminal to negative marked terminal. So in that case, voltage must be taken as what? It is negative. So since it is called as what? The potential drop. This magnitude is, it is written here. So minus IR like this. Either here just you can also reverse the trace also. Tracing also reverse. Here you can also trace from here. If you trace from here, again you just take as it is whatever you have taken here like this, isn't it? So here the tracing direction will be same, but only I reverse the what? The current direction, isn't it? If the current direction is what? It is higher potential to lower potential. So in that case, if you are tracing the element from what? Opposite to the current, in that case, so you need to take what? The voltage drop across that is positive. So that is called as what? Potential rise. In reverse way, that means the tracing direction will be same, the current will be reversed. In that case, the voltage drop is to be taken as what? It is negative. So since the magnitude of that voltage drop is what? Minus IR. Now here there is one example is given. So see, let us consider the path of transversals to some voltages, that is voltage summation can be done in either directions. So see, this is a circuit, It consists of three resistors R1, R2, R3. Voltage drop across the resistor R1 is VR1. Voltage drop across the resistor R2 is VR2. Voltage drop across the resistor R3 is VR3. Now here the current direction, the current always move from higher potential to lower potential. So since the current direction is considered as what? The positive direction. So here you can apply the KVL. Just write down VR1 because the current direction will be here. You just tracing the path. So direction will be like this. So both direction will be same. So in this case, you need to take all the voltage drop across will be what it is positive. So this is what VR1 plus VR2 plus VR3 plus minus 10 is equals to 0. Now if you just current direction will be same, just reverse the what? The tracing direction. If you just reverse the tracing direction, you just trace from R3. So R3 to R1. So in that case, you can just interchange the what? Sign. That is minus VR3 minus VR2 minus VR1 plus 10 is equals to 0. In that way, you need to consider. Now here same, again same you can get here. So that is from tracing will be what it is, again same. So current direction is also same. In that case, you can write VR1 plus VR2 plus VR3 plus of minus 10 is equals to 0. Now path of one more is what? KVL equation assuming counterclockwise current flow. Now here the tracing direction will be kept as it is. Then you just reversed the current flow direction. Assumed current direction is reversed here. So in that case, you just you can write like this. All the voltage drop will be what it is negative. So since you can write minus VR1 minus VR2 minus VR3 minus 10 is equals to 0. So this is an what brief idea how the sign conversion can be done for the application of what? KVL. And what are the steps are followed to apply Kirchhoff's law for solving the circuit? So first step is what? So we need to what? Draw the circuit from the given information or some given circuit diagram and insert the values of sources with appropriate polarities and all the resistances. See, just we need to draw the circuit. So that circuit, it consists of what? So all the values of either it may be what sources or it may be what resistances. So just drawn here the circuit. This is the first step. So second step is what? Mark all the branch currents with some assumed direction using KCL at various nodes and junctions. Next step is what? You need to what? Mark the what? Currents, branch currents. So second step. So third step is what? The mark all the polarities of voltage drops and rises as per the direction of the assumed branch currents flowing through various branch resistances of the network. So third step is what? So you need to mark the polarities of the voltage drops and rises. So here the polarities is mentioned here. See, the polarities are mentioned here. You need to what? Mention the what? Polarities. So next step is that, so you need to apply the KVL for the circuit. Then you will get some simultaneous equations. So next step is that solve those simultaneous equations for the unknown value of the current. From this unknown value of the current will helps to calculate unknown voltages and power consumption in different resistances. So that can be what? Calculated. So these are the what? Steps followed to apply Kirchhoff's law for solving the what? Circuit. So this is about Ohm's law and Kirchhoff's law. So in the next video we'll come up with the analysis of the circuits, types of circuits. So either it may be what? Series circuit, parallel circuit or series parallel circuit, and how the equivalent values of resistances and what are the characteristics of such type of circuits. So that will study in next video. Thank you.